Right, welcome back.
Hi.
We'll, I'll edit it and we'll snip it together. It'll be fine. You won't see any stitches.
But that is an example of how we can work around the matrix.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That even though it gave that glitch, we can work around it.
Yeah, just stop it and start it again.
And you're stronger for it, I think. I think we're stronger for it.
And I think that's a message to all of us. Sometimes if you feel hindered or you feel like something's slowing you down, stop,
Yeah.
pass, start again.
Yeah. I was talking about blocks this morning on Instagram. And I said, a block is a sign that, you've got to slow down and stop. Let your soul do what it needs to do.
Yeah, how weird is that that's come up? I didn't even watch your video on Instagram this morning, so that's just come up. But I did feel as though someone during that healing session that we've just done, someone really needed it. Really needed it, because I felt my eyes sort of like welling up a little bit. But then I felt like it was almost like because I thought, what is this? I thought, is it like, because it felt like, when you feel like an energy ball, when you put your hands together, you feel like the chi together. It felt like that. And it felt like it was an energy ball. And I thought, is it me and Claire? Are we connecting with the energy in that respect? Is it that? Because when I went to push my hands forward, it felt like there was resistance there. And I thought, no, this feels like someone or something is resisting this energy. And then I opened my eyes and saw that message on the screen, and I thought, okay.
Yeah.
We'll get round to you bastards. We'll show you. So yeah, go on. You were going to draw some cards, weren't you?
Yeah. So I'll use the shaman's dream, right? And we'll do some cards. So think about something in your life that you need healing with, something that you need guidance with, or a little bit of inspiration. And I'll pull from 2 decks. So we'll do an oracle card first, a shaman card.
Question to me or to anyone watching?
Anyone watching.
Oh, okay.
Well, and you as well.
Me as well.
Yeah. Reading.
I'm not getting out of it that easy.
You got some decks as well. You can pull some cards as well.
Yeah. It'd be interesting what you use in Shaman's Dream. I'll use angels and ancestors.
Yeah. So the card we've got at the bottom of the deck is Will-O-the-Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. How fitting is that? Treasures hidden in the shadows.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you're going through is a big shadow transformation. Again, look at these 2 cards that came out. Unmarked trail and a revelation.
Bask in joy and light.
Yeah.
Which is what you've just done in the Reiki session.
And closing door completion.
That's quite fitting for you. That
completion,
you've got your move date and everything.
Yeah. And also for people watching, if they've got heartbreak, if they've got something, they've had a loss, it's coming to an end, the cycle's coming to an end, and it's going to help to heal the shadow. And they're having to dive deep in order to get these little fragments of light to bring them out again.
Yeah.
Have you got a tarot deck?
Right. You track down your fears and desires, Hunter.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do feel a bit, when we feel cornered or we feel like things aren't going right, we do feel as though we need to be the hunter, because we need to chase that down, don't we? We need to follow our dreams, follow our aspirations, follow what we feel is our true calling. A lot of that is really coming out with a lot of people, especially on this awakening process. They're really pushing themselves to not just to create a better life for themselves, but to start to see things unfold for everyone. I think to just see what is really going on all around on every aspect of the scale of things.
Definitely. And these cards are interesting as well. The tarot I've just pulled, we've got Page of Swords, which is learning. So this is a path of learning that we're all on, and it's reevaluating everything, every aspect of your life, in order to bring balance and success. So it brings in balance and success. So whatever pain you've gone through or going through, it's coming to a completion. It's part of a cycle, and you just need to be patient, and you're going to win. You'll win. You'll get through the other side a much stronger person.
That's what I've got out of my tarot. Ace of Cups, and abundance.
Yeah.
On both.
Hey.
The universe is giving you everything that you need.
Yeah.
You can manifest it. Wow. It's kind of like what we've just been talking about, isn't it? Like about how people are creating their own reality, and it is heading in that direction. That and you know, loads of people just, oh, you know, it's just hogwash or whatever, and they just don't believe anything that we say. But it's not about us making people believe in what we're saying. It's about just people just looking at things with from a different angle, from a different viewpoint. And then when you do start to do that, doors open up. They really do, and you start seeing a lot of different avenues of what is going on, not just with yourself, but with the world and all those around you. Because I know you talk about that quite a bit as well in your videos on your channel, about, you know, not just things that affect you, but everything around you in every aspect of life. It's all going through a process that needs to be uncovered. It needs to be seen. It needs to be released and healed. And yeah, we're all doing it. We're all going through it. Yeah.
And it's slowly but surely it's winning, because that card, I mean, the card of the winner isn't just about us individuals. It's about the world. It's about light, return of, I mean, look, she's got light. Yeah, return of the light. The light comes back.
Yeah.
Return of the light.
Wow, fab.
Ooh.
How did you feel during the healing session?
Yeah, similar. I started to tap into certain situations, and I think those were the situations that I was seeing, playing for different people. Nothing intrusive. Yeah, I think, you know, I think people are getting better at receiving it.
Yeah.
Not everybody. I don't mean people watching the video. I mean people in general. I think more and more people are able to receive it. Ones you don't expect, and the situations you don't expect.
Yeah, and sometimes that healing as well can come in the form of like a download with a lot of people, and some people won't realize like what that is. You know, that healing that's coming to them, it may not be, it will be healing as such, but it may come in the form of a download of something that they need to see to cover within themselves or uncover within their lives or any process.
Light bulb moment. That card came up as well, the card of the light bulb moment.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense now. It's that kind of a, oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Fascinating. Great stuff.
Hey.
Well, we've got about 15 minutes left. What we're going to talk about today? what bombs can we throw today?
What bombs can we throw?
Any of that David Icke video I shared with you?
I'm going to watch that this afternoon, because I've got a client at 4 p.m. A 2-hour shamanic session, so I'll probably watch it once I've finished it. I'll make myself a brew, might get a digestive and sit down and watch it. Do you know what, guys? One of our dreams, and I want this to happen one day, I want us to interview him on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Send Reiki to that one.
Send Reiki to that one.
Yeah.
That one. I know. I was
thinking as well, you know, speaking about David Icke, you know, years ago when you look at him, especially when he was younger, he's very galactic.
Oh yeah.
White blonde hair, the eyes, and he's very galactic. Even as an older man, he is now. But you look back and you think, in the 70s, we were like, well, we weren't like, well, not as Claire. We were like, and now it's like, oh my God, he was right. He said all of this, virus, war, everything, and so much more as well.
Well, there was a bit in that video that I've shared with you, because I think it's about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, an actual film about him. It's about his life, where he started, where he is now. It brings up the infamous Terry Wogan interview, you know, where he was in his shell suit and all that, and everyone thought it was an absolute nutter. But like you say now, there's so many people that are turning to him, turning to his sons, you know, because his sons do a lot of work alongside him as well, and a lot of truth seeking and stuff. And it said in, and I didn't know about this story before, but it said in the video that he took his son when his son was a little boy, I think it was Gareth, and took him to a bookstore, and his son was looking through some books, and they were just about to leave the bookstore, and he was aware of this presence that was around him all the time, but he didn't know what it was. And then one day he just said, and he describes this in this video, he just said, look, if you are here to give me information or give me something, then make yourself known and let me know what I need to do. So he went to this bookstore with his son, and they were just about to leave the bookshop to go and get some lunch. And in thought form, not as a voice, but as thought form, this presence said, go to the back wall and look on the middle book, or something like that, I think it was. And he went to the back wall of the bookstore, and there was a book there by a lady that was a psychic medium called Betty Shine. I don't know if you've heard of her. And in the end, he managed to get to see her and meet her and talk to her. And she had loads of information that she was downloading it and giving to him from this presence of this awareness of whatever it was. And then he goes into, so he's obviously come from this quite meager beginnings, really, but he discovered this presence and this spiritual awareness and connection with all and everything. And later on in life started to look at things in different aspects, you know. And I suppose really, even though people have been awakening all from the dawn of man and whatever, it's been a gradual process, but people like him at pivotal times have been chosen to put a message out there. And that's one of the things that Betty Shine said. She said, you are going to be a voice for lots of people, you're going to speak to lots of people, but there will be great resistance. And that was messages, and he's just gone on with it. And look at the followers he's got now, but also look at the resistance he still continues to get. Well, if the system and everyone thinks I'm such a nut job and I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, why put up the resistance? Why?
Why block him? And everything he said has come true. If you research, I mean, when I move, I want to actually buy his books when I can settle and read them properly. But everything he has said has come true in one way, shape or form. And I think as well, when people throw stuff at him, I think you don't realise what, not just him, but like us doing this video, I mean, obviously on a much smaller scale, how much you risk to yourself by doing that. So these aren't just daft souls that are coming out, you know, motor mouths that are just bored and, you know, the system, let's bring it down. These are people that are putting their lives on the line, the lives of their family, their children, their businesses, their jobs, to help humanity to see the light. And there's still a big portion of people that just don't want to see it. They just don't want to.
Yeah, just too scared. That's what it is. Too fearful.
Yeah. I mean, when we saw Elizabeth walk, I call her Elizabeth, sorry, not call her the Queen. When we saw Elizabeth walk down the aisle with Andrew and the Phillips Memorial Service, and I sat there and I watched it and I was like, people couldn't see it.
No.
This monarch that's meant to be there for the good of people is arm in arm with a man that's, it's not just him as well, it's other people that she was arm in arm with. And it's like, what do they have to do and how far do they have to go for people to see it?
I mean, the thing is as well, the thing is that's clever about a lot of it, even though a lot of it is being exposed, what haven't we seen so far? You know, there must be something else, you know, mind-blowingly just ridiculous that is going on behind the scenes. Because when you look at things like over in America with like the likes of the Pizzagate scandal and all that sort of stuff, when you hear about all the pedophilia and stuff that goes on over there and how that's been kind of slowly exposed, and even Hollywood stars are talking about it and exposing it, but there must be so much more behind that isn't being let out, because it probably just wouldn't, you know, we just can't hear it.
No, yeah. I think that, and I think as well, so this is gonna, I've got to be careful, I'll put this out there, but I think a lot of what we get to see is small fry.
Absolutely.
That's what I think, like with, I don't want to mention too well, I'll mention names like with Ghislaine and everything. I think, I'm not little in it, but I think compared to what is going on, I think that's small fry. And I think what they do is they go, we'll throw you out there and they can all focus on you, and they'll think that the claim, like the Me Too movement, that was all fakery. Yes, Harvey Weinstein did that stuff, but there was a lot more going on.
Yeah.
And they throw it out there to distract people. And the Me Too movement, rather than healing between men and women and bringing them together in healthiness, it just went abuser and victim.
Yeah.
It's not every man is an abuser, and believe you me, not every woman is a victim.
No, absolutely not.
Sometimes it can be the way around.
Starting to see that especially with the Johnny Depp as well, with the Johnny Depp trial and things, you know, with Amber Heard, the way she is. I mean, when I looked at, I haven't watched a lot of it, but when I've seen some of the videos and I've seen her just sat in the corner, I'm just like, oh my God, you are just horrible. You are just like, there's just like not right, you know. And I know that they've talked about how she's got like various mental health problems and what have you, but yeah, there's something else very dark within that, very dark and sinister. And you know, and I think again a lot of that is from this the Hollywood elites, that side of things, because there's so many of them that, I mean, there's a lot of them that are very down to earth, they're very open, will speak their mind, and same with people over here as well, actors and celebrities, and will say things for what they are. So many of them that are so almost paid for by their way of life, their system, you know, and the money that they're bringing in, that pays for their silence. And it's just so wrong. It really is so wrong.
Yeah, it's, with that Johnny Depp thing, I think it's teaching so many people about narcissism, because I think it's a pandemic, narcissism. It's a disease in the world at the minute, in all corners of the world. And I think it's just helping people to go, oh, wait a minute, she's like that, he's like that, they're like that, and make sense of it and heal it within themselves. Because I'll tell you what else, I've seen a big increase in narcissism since that case. Since that case, I mean, somebody left me a comment on my own personal channel because I did a reading, and basically they attacked me. She was female and she attacked me verbally. And because I'd said that she was part of the dark, which she is, Amber's part of the dark. And I just thought, and she went, and you have just lost a subscriber. And I just went, and that's what we're on about. It was very Amber Heard. It was very like she was in whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. So right. I mean, probably about a year or two ago, it was probably a word that was just used so much just for the hell of it. It was like overused. But I think, like rightly, like you say, it's something that you start to see a lot of traits in so many people about the way that they are, the way that they're being, the way that they're becoming. But I also think that is another thing that's being fired at society, at humanity, from the way that we've been kind of controlled and pigeonholed and pushed into ways of thinking, doing, and operating, and what have you. It's almost like you know, when we had like social media for however many years. After so many years of having Facebook and Instagram and social media, and kids from such an early age that are just like brainwashed into the black screen straight away. And then 3 or 4 years later, they're having breakdowns because they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to be human. They don't know how to speak to other people, because everything is over digital media. And that is kind of because of the way the world is being functioned and the way that the world is being run. And the longer it goes on for, the more of this we're going to see. It's really going to fire up more stuff. And again, this divide, this like they're the victim, they're the abuser, and you know, and it will push people on one side of the fence and the other, like we've seen with so many different movements throughout the last 5-10 years.
But it's going to be interesting. The next, I think I'd say the next 100 years on this planet are going to be really interesting. And we had a talk before we came on, didn't we, about something that's coming, and we've got various thoughts about what that could be. But I think one of the things is, and I mentioned this, is when Elizabeth dies, I think, boom. I think you'll see a lot of mass. I think you'll see a lot of mass hysteria, and I think you'll see a lot of mass grief and a lot of drama. But I think once that dust has settled, I think, wait for it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of exposure. There's going to be a lot of rolling out of stuff. But yeah, I mean, we're both in agreement that we think there's something big is in the chain of events. Probably, I'd say probably within 6 months to a year maximum. I do feel, because at the minute it just feels like Punch and Judy. It just feels like a puppet show. It feels like, even though we've just gone through this 2.5 years of the pandemic and what have you, we're now at a point where boom.
Boom. What? It was planned. No.
Did you not know?
Oh,
I'm ending this conversation.
no, it can't. I mean, they won't do that, would they?
Well, just what I heard. I heard David Icke.
They won't do that, would they?
He was a nut job. He wears shell suits.
Listen to him.
Oh God, yeah. So yeah, definitely, you know, and I think like what you say, I think something to do with that will be part of it. I think it will be part of a big thing. And yeah, I don't think there's going to be a monarchy after she's gone. I think it's going to be...
Yeah, in the readings I've done on my own channel, I've said this. I've said that I think it'll trickle to William, and I think it'll just
it'll fizzle out. And I mean they're just taking more and more power away from them, where they're really, I mean, as much as I suppose the good for people coming over for travel purposes and people going to see them and bask in all the wonderment of what they are and the buildings and who they are and where they've come from and the history of England and the history of Europe and all these different connections that we have with all of it. Stepping back from all that and looking at the full picture.
None of them do anything for me. Honestly, it's
not a lot there at all.
There's nothing. I mean, you know, if you actually take, sounds awful this, but I mean, Kate is quite glamorous, not in the way Diana was, but if you took away all that glamour, they're very dull. They're very dull.
Yeah.
And dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you took it, and you know, they're very good at using glamour to get you in, and then it's like the fairy tale, you know, the fairy tale that goes wrong.
Yeah.
And they bump you off.
Yeah.
Bump you off or take you off to somewhere else. Anyway, zip it.
They'll be off in your spaceship in your garden. You'll have to pin it to the ground so nobody can take it.
I know. I think we're in for an interesting time.
Because I think the billionaires and the elite, you know, I think they've already got things on Mars anyway, but I think they're getting ready for leaving planet Earth. I think they're going out and just going to leave us to just try and muddle on.
Yeah.
And try and survive in all the chaos. And I think eventually, I think that might be the rise of New Earth, you know. I think because there's going to be that much chaos and that much that it will get to a point where things will just kind of settle out, calm down, and people will actually think, well, you know what, this isn't too bad now. We've got no one kind of like doing this constantly because with the wasn't being seen.
Yeah, they're already going over there in spaceships. They're already doing. Bezos did it. He went over. They're all doing it.
Yeah.
But do you know something, right? And I don't know if this is going to trigger. I hope it doesn't. But there's somebody at the minute that every time I'm dreaming about him, sometimes I can't stop getting him out of my mind. I'm astral traveling with him. And when I see him, I'm like, Elon Musk.
Mm.
I know, he's not a perfect person. I know he's a billionaire. But I was watching a video of him the other day and I thought, you are going to blow this tower down.
Mm.
You go on his Twitter, it's like he is proper poking the hornet's nest.
Mm.
Big time.
Yeah.
And he's got something in his energy that I think he can get away with that and still stay safe.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He knows. I'm not saying he's perfect and, he's got a choice. He may go down a dark avenue, but he's here to...
Yeah, I think he will blow a lot of stuff up and expose a lot of stuff. But I also think that his ideas and what he's planning, I don't think it's really for the betterment of humanity. Especially with the likes of bombarding the planet with his 5G satellites and Neuralink.
Yeah.
I actually watched a video this morning with a guy from Google, and this was on the David Icke thing, and they were on about implants and these chip implants to connect people to everything, and you can be tracked, traced, monitored, and all this dystopian stuff that is just like way out there, but people think it'll never happen. But when you look at the process of what we've gone through from having mobile phones, laptops, tablets, and everything's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it becomes it's like eye attachment, it's visors, it's things you put in your ear, and eventually it will become and they already have in certain countries where they're implanting chips into people, and everything about them and their bank details, their transactions, where they've been, what they've bought, is all on that chip, everything. And it allows you to travel as well. It's got all your vaccine status on it. And it, when you watch this and you just think, bloody hell, yeah, it's this AI introduction into humanity. And like I said before on a few people's posts on Facebook, and they've talked about different films and how they've perceived this and shown like these androids and humans coexisting, but they have this sort of strange relationship between each other. And it's basically take the human out of the situation, replace it with this technology, this AI thing, and you take the human away, what have you got left? You've got nothing left. You've just got a body to just do whatever.
They want a world of robots, don't they? They want a world of robots. And you see, it's interesting because the dark galactics, not you light galactic, you dark galactics, they chip us energetically. So when you're doing shamanic healing, most clients have chips in the neck, chips in the chest, chips in the groin, all kinds of different chips. And they chip us energetically to control us. So that they'll chip the brain to control the brain, so they can literally get two people arguing and fighting by where they are. I'm talking about the dark galactic, like reptilians and greys and stuff. They'll chip the heart center to damage the heart center. They'll chip the groin area to make people sleep with each other to attacks and stuff. Where do you think it all comes from? A human being isn't come to this earth to attack. So part of the reason people attack is because of these chips and stuff.
That actually, that something similar came up in one of my Akashic readings, and it said that a long time ago, I was actually energetically shackled at my wrists and my neck. And then when I just did my soul center healing hypnosis, I also had shackles around my ankles. And the reason why they put them in place, here we go again, look, upgrade. And the reason why they've put them in place is to slow me down, slow my progression, slow my spiritual process, slow everything down. But now that they've been gone and been taken away and lifted, things are just flowing easier. Communication is a lot easier, being able to speak your truth, just letting it out, whatever you think, whatever you feel. it just flows, it just goes. Yeah, so
yeah. And really back to the chips, what I was getting at was that the fact that those species chip, and now the people that we say are controlled by those species or are those species are now chipping. See how it all makes sense? You can't make that up.
It's all come down like the lineage of them all. Yeah. Absolutely. And again, that goes all the way back to David Icke when he talked about the lizard beings and the timeline of existence from lizard beings and where they are, you know, and how it's followed them all the way through to where we are now with these people in power that are, you know, genetically from those races of beings.
Yeah. Boom. So we reeled it, we've made them feel really good, and now we've just scared them about the world. There's nothing to be scared of, because once you know about it, it can't come in and affect you.
No, that's it.
When you don't know about it, you're rolling up your sleeves and you know, as in boom, and etc. That's when it's dangerous. But once you know about it, there's nothing wrong with learning about it and finding out about it. It's not knowing about it is the dangerous bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when it does come to land, then it'd be like, I wasn't ready for any of this. Yeah. So, yeah, it's like you say, it's all about just having the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Understanding that where we are, you know, and the light is, like you said in your last video, the light is so powerful. The light. There's so many angel warriors on the earth now that are just working really hard. So there we go, end of another video. Boom. Anything to advertise? Anything you need to talk about?
Just if you're loving our videos on here and you're new to this channel, our own channels are below, Reiki Zen and Claire Thackray, so sub us on there as well. And our websites are below to booking for Reiki with Ian, reading. You can do Reiki with either of us, shamanic healing with me. Just have a look and see what you want to do.
Look, yeah, I've also got some Zoom sessions coming up through my website, and if you're interested in them, go to the website and click on the Zoom sessions. And the 14th of May is going to be a meditation workshop. So if you're new to meditation, get blocks in your meditation, don't know where to start, don't know what to do, then get in touch with me via there. And then the 21st of May is going to be a crystal workshop where you can work alongside with me, ask any questions you need, and we'll talk about crystals, cleanse them, charge them, all that sort of stuff, and also develop your connection to them and see what you feel, see, experience. So it's going to be wonderful, very exciting stuff. So until the next time, Claire.
Thank you. Like, comment and subscribe.
Like, comment and subscribe. I always forget that. Like, comment and subscribe. Boom. And don't forget to throw a few bombs on the way wherever you are. Enjoyed this video and see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.